Imagine an animal shooting part of its own throat out of its mouth to catch prey. That is not science fiction. That was real. More than 330 million years ago, in the ancient seas of what is now Montana, a tiny predator no longer than about 9 centimeters may have hunted with one of the most disturbing feeding systems ever discovered. Its name was Typhloesus, and the deeper scientists looked, the worse it got. When prey came too close, Typhloesus likely did not bite in any normal way. It may have turned part of its foregut inside out and fired it forward like a living weapon. Hidden inside were 2 rows of backward curving teeth. Once they hooked the prey, the whole structure pulled back in. Not swallowed, not chewed, dragged inside by an inside-out mouth. And for something this small, that made it a terrifyingly efficient predator. The fossils show it worked. Inside some specimens, scientists found the remains of prey, especially conodont animals, small eel-like creatures armed with tooth elements. At first, those teeth confused researchers so badly they thought Typhloesus might actually be a conodont itself. It was not. Those were the remains of its last meals. That discovery changed everything. Because when scientists first described this animal in 1973, they were staring at something that seemed to break every rule. It was soft-bodied. It had no shell, no bones, no obvious eyes, no clear place in the animal kingdom. They compared it to fish. Wrong. They compared it to worms. Still wrong. They compared it to mollusks. Not convincing. For decades, Typhloesus did not fit anywhere. And then came the most disturbing detail of all. Its gut appears to have been a blind sac. In simple terms, food went in. But scientists still found no clear evidence of how waste came out. No definite anus. That is not just strange. That is deeply unsettling. This was not some helpless blob drifting through the water. It seems to have been an active swimmer, a predator, a hunter. So how does a creature like that survive with a digestive system that looks like a dead end? No one knows. Some researchers have suggested it may have expelled waste by regurgitation. Others think the missing anatomy simply was not preserved. But after decades of study, the answer is still missing. And then there is the pharodiscus, a mysterious paired organ inside the body that scientists still cannot explain. Older studies hinted it may have been rich in iron. Newer research is less certain. Either way, no one knows what it actually did. And once again, the mystery only got deeper. Then, in 2022, scientists re-examined exceptionally preserved fossils and found the biggest clue yet. Inside the feeding apparatus was a radula-like structure, something similar to the tooth-bearing ribbon seen in mollusks. For the first time, Typhloesus had a possible home. Maybe it was some kind of pelagic mollusk. Maybe. But even that answer came with caution. Not certainty, not proof. Just the best lead science has so far. And that is what makes Typhloesus so haunting. Not just the teeth. Not just the inside-out feeding organ, not just the blind gut, not just the body plan that seems almost impossible, but the fact that this animal was real. It lived, it hunted, it fed with a weapon hidden inside its own body, and even now, after decades of research, scientists still cannot fully explain what it was. Some fossils tell us how life evolved. Typhloesus tells us how much we still do not understand.